going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I finally got my hands on the Ringside Collectibles Defining Moments Penta. I waited freaking forever for this thing. So I probably first saw it back in December, but it was like back ordered all the way to March, and I thought there's no way I'm going to sit there and pay for it and wait that long. Little did I know that that wait was just going to get longer and longer. So finally I went ahead and I pulled the trigger on this February 10th, and then it took a little over 4 months to get it. I did actually order two, so that way I can keep one mint on card and hopefully get them to sign it one day. So I did actually see one of these at a toy show once for $100, but there was no way I was paying that, especially when I had already ordered two and paid $75 for both. So this figure is based on his Netflix Raw debut, which is, of course, when I first heard about him. Penta, the most exciting luchador of this generation, made his debut on Raw on Netflix. He has no fear of any opponent, no fear of putting his body on the line to climb to the top of the mountain in WWE. In fact, Penta has zero fear of anything, which is why he lives by the motto, Cero Miedo. Really cool shot of Penta there on the back, throwing up that Cero Miedo sign. A couple good shots of him there on the side. Just your kind of standard Defining Moments packaging. Real nice window there on the front, showing that figure off. So I don't know kind of, which came first. This is kind of like a repaint of the Elite 126, or the Elite 126 was a repaint of this. But this one does come with a couple extra mouths and a couple extra sets of hands, including that Cero Miedo hand, which we haven't seen on the basic or the Elite yet. Yeah, super stoked to get this figure. Penta is one of my favorite wrestlers. Obviously I got a hat and a shirt. I got a signature back over here, and then I've got this completes so far every Mattel figure that's been released of Penta so far. I got all three of them. Let's go ahead and pop this out of here and check them out. Man, I love this. I love the Penta character so much. It is so freaking toyetic. This thing is awesome. So this one is coming with two extra mouths. So the mouth that comes on the Penta is kind of the same mouth that we saw on Elite 126. Just a very basic, like straight face Penta, but he is missing a little bit of paint on the lips. So it's kind of like maybe mid-match Penta. The extra mouths that it's coming with, you've got a wide open mouth, like tongue in, and then you've got wide open mouth, tongue sticking out. And I'll show some really good close-ups of all these mouths. So the extra hands the figure's coming with, he is coming with a set of the weapon wielding hands. And then kind of the opposite of what's on the figure, he has a left hand, Cero Miedo hand, and then that right kind of spread out hand. And then on the figure, it's like the opposite. Definitely some pretty cool little extras they're gonna make posing this figure around and doing photography and stuff really cool. And then the figure itself is looking absolutely sweet. Like I said, it looks just like that red Penta from Elite 126 if you've managed to get your hands on one of those, just with kind of his more common black and white outfit. All the details on the torso go up inside the ab crunch. Kind of that same head that's on the Elite 126, but this is the black, white, and red with the dragon on the side. It's got the white piece hanging off the back. Lots of really good tattoo details. Yeah, looks exactly like Penta. Shoulders up to 90, full 360. Double jointed pinless elbows, wrists back and forth, side to side. Good head articulation even with this mask on. I wouldn't go pulling on this because you'll probably end up popping it off of there, but it doesn't really hinder too much movement with the head. Full 360 on the torso. Pretty decent ab crunch. Doesn't really bend back too far. It's got that rubberized butt flap that we saw on the 126. thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees. And these pinless knees are super smooth. Are they pinless? Yeah, these are super smooth. Boot cut, updated ankles, no toe articulation, but other than that, this is one really good moving figure. Coming with that, like I said, that black, white, and red gear. Looks just like him. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get out some other figures, and we'll do some figure comparisons and a little bit of figure photography. Alright, so here he is in his black, white, and red gear, the Defining Moments Penta. Man, I waited forever for this figure. First time I saw it, I think, was probably December of 25, but I didn't place my order until February, and then I got it like 4 months later, so definitely a sweet looking figure in kind of that normal gear that we're used to seeing. Really awesome, especially coming with the Cero Miedo hand. So here he is with Defining Moments Rey Fenix and Elite 124 Rey Mysterio. So here he is with Main Event Ethan Page and Ultimate Dominic Mysterio. Here he is with El Grande Americano and JD McDonough. So here's every Penta that we've gotten so far from Mattel. We've got the Main Event Blue Penta, Elite 126 Red Penta, and then of course the Defining Moments Black, White, and Red Penta. So if you like this video and you want to see more like it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.